Alright guys, so here we are for another episode of RC Pit Stop. Today I'm going to be working on the body of my Team Magic E63 bird eating spider. Now, what you're seeing here is actually the ready to run body. This is a brand new body that I had as a spare, and I basically just put it on here just to show you the finished product. But I am going to be referring to it in a little while. In the meantime, I'm going to take it off and I'm going to bring out the body that we are actually going to be working on, which is the clear body that is supplied with the truck. So we'll quickly pop that on, and I'm just going to kind of share a bit of a story with you because some of you may know, some of you may not know that Chris DeGraff from Hemistorm Products is a very good friend of mine. We've been friends now for a couple of years, and pretty much, you know, we're as close as friends as you can get over the internet, I suppose. And you know, Chris has been a great guy. He's helped me out in the past with a lot of the ideas that I've had, not that I've had, the paint schemes that I've sort of done in previous bodies. He's had some sort of influence at some point. My Latrax Teton, for example, he helped me out with that. The Creighton body that I did, the red one, he's also helped me out with that one a little bit. And this one here is probably going to be, you know, his entire work. The only thing I'm going to be doing is just painting it up, but this is entirely his design. Basically what happened was I was on the phone with him and I was talking to him about painting up this body, and you know, he asked me to sort of shoot over a couple of photos of the body, and he had a look online as well. He had a look at the truck and he said, okay, what is it that you have in mind? Now, originally what I wanted to do is I wanted to find a large picture of this emblem here and kind of put it on the back tray. To which Chris's reply was, wow, that's a little bit boring. Why don't you put a spider over the entire body, you know, make it spread over the entire body? To which I replied, Chris, you are insane. There are a lot of angles, a lot of curves, a lot of changes in heights, and it's going to be very difficult to get spider legs kind of flowing through. It's just a very tricky and time-consuming thing to do with a body like this. He goes, no, don't be silly. He said, he goes, let me quickly sketch up something for you. And I kid you not, whilst I was talking to him on the phone, he sketched this up, and it would have taken him no more than about 2 minutes. That's what he sketched up, and you know what, I may actually put a copy of it up on screen for you guys to have a better look at it. But he sent me this on the phone and he said, okay, what we're going to do is we're going to do a bit of an abstract spider, and he kind of started explaining it to me, and he showed it, okay, this is the lines that I want you to follow, and sure enough, I started sketching it out and it started to make a little bit of sense to me. So ignore these two little holes here. This is just something that I'm going to be drilling out. Same with this one here. I'm going to be cutting this out, so don't worry about that. But essentially the body of the spider is going to start here at the front. It's going to taper in through the middle, and then it's obviously going to follow through the windscreen, and then it's going to come up here and sort of taper out at the back here. So this is the actual body of the spider itself. And then we've got one leg kind of trailing over to the back here. We've got one big one that sort of goes along the side, on both sides. And then you've got your front legs, which kind of go forward, that you can see just there. And it's the same on the other side. So this is all, you know, freehand drawn, going by his drawings, by his idea. All I can say is the man's a freaking genius. He's a freak. I could never imagine doing anything like this on a body like this. And he came up with this entire idea in the space of about a minute or two whilst I was talking to him. It just goes to show just how talented he is. It's really quite astonishing, to be honest with you. So this is the design that he has kind of encouraged me to go with, and of course I've accepted. I'm up for the challenge. I think I can pull it off. He did have the idea of sort of putting Team Magic along the side of the body here. I've decided not to do that. I might do something a little bit different. What I am going to do though is do the emblem. So this is the Team Magic emblem, and as you can see, I've kind of mirrored it. So I kind of downloaded it off the web, mirrored it, and printed it out, and that way I can face it down, and it's going to go right on the back of the tray just over here. I'm going to be using some stickers, which I know Chris doesn't like. He doesn't like to use stickers himself, but I'm going to use some stickers here since they're available to me. These big ones just here, These spell bird-eating spider. I'm going to take one of these out and I'm going to put it right underneath the body post just here, and then I might do either the little one or maybe even the big one and put it below that, just on the back here, and that will be, you know, the back tray kind of finished off. Along the side here, there is in white, there is this bird-eating spider EP monster truck in writing, which is very thin, very minimalistic, and I think it'll look quite nice going along the side of the truck there. So that's where those ones are going to go, and I think that's pretty much all there is as far as, you know, what I'm going to be kind of doing on the truck. Now for colors, the main color of the truck is going to be a champagne gold, which is a PS52, and hopefully the camera will pick that up. There you go, PS52. I've got a friend of mine who's coincidentally, his name's Chris as well. He recently painted up a trucky body in these colors, and it looks absolutely amazing, especially when the sun hits it. This champagne gold looks fantastic, and I'm very much looking forward to having my truck in that color as well. The spider, of course, is going to be in black, so I've got about half a can here. I've got another full can. I think half a can might just be enough. So that's going to be the spider in black. And then on the outside, I'm actually going to be matting out the spider legs and pretty much anything that's black. I'm going to mat it out with the PS55, which is a flat clear. And the reason for that is because the plastics that are going to go onto this body are a matte black, so it wouldn't make a lot of sense to go from a matte black to a nice shiny gloss black. So you mat it out, and that hopefully will you know, kind of blend in and disguise it. This of course is all, again, it's all his idea. Now you'll notice that I've kind of followed the lines of these plastics as well, and I've gone a little bit just outside because I'm going to be painting it all up in black and then matting it out, and hopefully it'll blend in, and yeah, it'll be a little bit seamless. It'll never match 100%, I know, but it should work pretty well. Hopefully it'll turn out nice. So we'll see how we go. The windows, I'm going to be using some smoke, which is a PS31, and that will tint out my windows purely because I don't like to see all my electrics and everything else. You can use the stickers. They do provide stickers with this kit, so you can stick them up like this as well. But I'm going to go with the tints. I think the tints will look quite nice, look a bit different from the ready to run as well. And then the Team Magic logo on the back here, I'm actually going to go with white. And again, this is Chris's suggestion. So I'm going to go with the white, and I think it'll work okay. Team Magic in white there with the champagne as a contrast. I think it's going to work out well. Now, to mask all of this up, I'm going to be using some liquid mask. I've used this before. This is Fast Mask. I think I picked up this bottle from A-Main Hobbies a while ago. This stuff's great, although it does kind of prolong the whole painting process a little bit because you do have to wait for it to dry. It goes on blue like you see here, and then of course it dries clear. You need probably about 2 or 3 coats on the truck to be able to get a good solid mask on there. The first coat's very thin. It's just a bit of a whisker, kind of just to let it know that it's going to stick to the body. And then after that, you start applying your second and third coat. You apply a little bit heavier, especially in the areas that you're going to be cutting out and so forth. You don't want to leave it thin, because I've made that mistake before and it doesn't work out well. So a little bit thicker doesn't hurt. And yeah, this stuff's pretty good. Although, to mask it all up, it's probably going to take me about 2 days to mask this guy up and let it dry and all this sort of thing, because you don't want to apply any coats until you know 100% that it's fully dry. So that's the plan for this body. I'm gonna get to work now. I obviously got a fair bit of work ahead of me, and then yeah, I'll come back once this is ready for the next stage and yeah, show you where I'm up to. Alright, so I've kind of skipped ahead a little bit and I've actually already finished the body, although you can't see it. But I thought I would take a few moments here to sort of walk you through the process of painting this and how I went about it. Of course, you can use your own methods, you can follow your own rules a little bit and experiment and try something different. But essentially, this is how I went about it. So I usually do about 3 coats of the liquid mask, and that usually gives me a nice solid kind of film that I can cut around and do all my cuts all in one go without any problems there. So I do recommend, of course, that you do every single cut that you have to do prior to putting any paint or peeling anything off. Applying the liquid mask is very simple. The first layer is kind of like a very thin layer. It's kind of like introducing the liquid mask to the body and just saying, how you going? I'm here. I'm going to help you out a little bit. I'm going to smother you with all my goodness, and you know, I'm going to come back another couple of times, go on a little bit heavier, and then you're ready to cut. So I try to be as even as possible. I mask the entire body. Even if I'm not painting or cutting up the entire body, I still mask it up, because one of the things that I found is that you do want to start with your darker colors first. And in my case, I wanted to start with the spider, which of course is in black. So I wanted to keep the rest of the body masked whilst I painted only the spider and its legs and body and so forth. So once everything is cut, and everything's ready to start paint, you start peeling off the bits that you want to paint first, obviously your darker colors. I tend to use some tweezers and just try and get myself in a position where I can peel off you know, just a corner of each piece and slowly pull away. Don't go too hard on it, because you know, your liquid mask is only so strong and it will tear if you try to go too fast. Not just that, but if you haven't cut something right through, you know, if there's a little bit missing, you'll find that you end up peeling the liquid mask off in areas that you didn't want it to peel off. So, or you end up lifting it up, and that's really not ideal, because then, you know, you could end up with a little bit of paint running into areas that it's not supposed to go to. So essentially, you know, just take your time when you're peeling everything off, and you should be fine. After the first coat is done, then it's pretty much just a matter of peeling off your second layer and third layer, and however many layers and colors you're introducing into the body. And before you know it, everything is done, and you know, you can see the finished product. So here it is, guys. Here is the finished body that Chris the Graph from Hemistorm kind of designed for me. I followed his instructions and went with the color schemes that he wanted to go to. Did make a couple of slight changes, but essentially this is all his design, and you know, here is the finished product. Now I will give you guys a few close-ups of the body, of course, as I'm talking to you. Personally, I think it turned out fantastic. It's definitely a design and a color combination that I would never really sort of put together too much, especially with the white TM in the back. I think it looks fantastic. I think Chris has really got a special knack for this type of thing, and you know, a lot of people have commented on Facebook because they've seen this body long before I uploaded it to YouTube, and there's been a lot of positive comments, and a few people have actually even shared the photos that I put up there, which is of course, you know, really humbling and very much appreciated all at the same time. The matte black on the spider, definitely a must in this case. Again, I have to applaud Chris for coming up with that, because it matches the matte black on the plastics perfectly. So very happy with the decision to go with that sort of look, and use the PS55 to matte out the black on the spider. And of course, because the body is fairly well protected with these plastic bits, and it's kind of enclosed within the wheels, chances are it's probably not going to get a lot of damage there with a little bit of paintwork being on the outside of the body. So hopefully this matte finish will hold up throughout the life of the body, just as I would hope it will. A couple of things to note as well. I did do my own masking on the windows. Team Magic do supply, if I can grab it here, they do supply some window masks for the body, but I find that especially the front window that you can see, I kind of stuck it back on just to show you. It's very, very small in comparison to the actual window size. So because I had everything masked, I just did my own cuts, and it turned out a lot better doing it that way. I did use one of the side window masks, and the side windows weren't too bad, although I did have to round off the corner a little bit. But in the end, I just ended up doing my own sort of cuts on the window on the opposite side. So that is it, guys. The BES from Team Magic is ready to rock and roll. It's got the Hobbywing system in there. It's got the CYS steering servo that I picked up from AsiaTees, and of course now it has a Hemistorm inspired painted body on here, and I think it looks fantastic. I can't wait to do some speed runs with this, take it out to the BMX track and show you all how it goes. Bit of a cheeky sneak peek. I will tell you that I have sort of ran it up and down my street on 4S, and I even tried a little bit on 6S, and I can tell you that this thing is an absolute animal, and I cannot wait to see what sort of speeds I get out of it and how much fun it's going to be over at the BMX track. That is it for this episode, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. I know it's a little bit different format in comparison to some of my other ones. If you liked you know, the whole concept of me sort of doing some bodies, I do have some more bodies that I want to paint up. Please give the video a thumbs up. I'd really appreciate it. It will definitely encourage me to you know, do some more painting videos, show you guys some of the things that I've worked on, just like I did with the Creighton and the Teton body, and even my Thunder Tiger ST4 when I rebuilt it last year or the year before. You know, all of these bodies have had a little bit of Chris influence into them, whether he inspired me to come up with some ideas or he directly had some input into them. You know, they're all kind of coming from him because he's such a talented guy and of course such a great friend to me as well. So a big thank you to Chris. Don't forget to check out his channel. If you don't know who he is, check the video description. I'll have a link in there to his channel. I'll also have a link in there to my Facebook page, which of course, you know, would have given you a bit of a glimpse of this truck way before I ever uploaded the video onto YouTube. And you know, many, I think it's about 2,500 people there now that definitely would have had a quick look at this truck before the crowd over on YouTube. That is it from me, guys. Thank you all very much for watching, and I will speak to you next time.